following contest, representing Colorado, weighing in at Little Howie, John.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one. Of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to CarnivalSpirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this, episode like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
Been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community and the fam out there. Appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos. And fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to CarnivalSpirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and CarnivalSpirits. What's up, man? Don Chaos. What's up? It's your boy, Brother Lynch Hung. We out here tonight. Let's go.
Fuego Flames and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here. It's my boy. Excuse the laugh. Excuse the laugh.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo. What is good, everyone? Y'all already know who this is. This is your host, Don Chaos, with the Hours of Chaos podcast. The award-winning Hours of Chaos podcast from last year. And this is episode 158 of the Hours of Chaos podcast. 158, y'all. We are getting so close to the 200th episode, celebration episode. So, of course, I'm your host. You guys know who I am. Tonight, we are going to be joined by the one and only Lady Truth. And yeah, you guys know how we do. We're always live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7 Central Time, 6 my time, Mountain, and then 4 or 5 Pacific Time. For those that don't know, do the math. Let's see what's up to the chat. What is good, Lakeland? Of course, make sure you guys are sharing this all over the social media. Let everyone know that Don Chaos is live and direct. Make sure you're thumbs upping this stream. What's up, Charles Reeves? What up, Shayna? So yeah, tonight we will be joined by Lady Truth. Of course, we will play 4 songs by her tonight for you guys to listen to here live on the show. And of course, we touch on topics. This is the Hours of Chaos podcast, the number one podcast, YouTube/radio show voted for last year by you guys. The number one show going on in the Juggalo underground world right now. What is up, Justin Grossman? Yes, definitely make sure you guys check that new video for Sun for the Hive. Make sure you guys go check it out. Make sure you go check out Sun. Peeped their set at the Gathering last year, recorded their whole set, which is very dope. That's actually someone who we have planned to get on the Hours of Chaos podcast sometime. Of course, you guys know, use the official Dawn Chaos emojis and the hashtags for the Hours of Chaos podcast. Also, once again, if you are watching exclusively on Carnival Spirits, super chats are welcome. Yeah, there's the official Cult of Chaos emojis. Yeah. So yeah, let's touch on some news and some topics. And then, yeah. Let's definitely touch on some news. And then we will go ahead and bring our awesome guest on. So first and foremost news going on tonight, y'all. As many of you know, Replicon is having their awards for last year. The nominations are up right now. We're just looking to get nominations for the polls. Again, the nominations for each category are, and I made sure to get all the categories up now. So here's the categories. So make sure you guys go choose who you want to make the polls. The categories are podcast YouTube show of the year, which is always the most controversial one. Reasons why, I have no idea. The other category is graphic design artist of the year. Of course, I'm voting for Lakeland to win graphic design / artist of the year. For podcast YouTube show of the year, I'm definitely voting for the Beastmaster show. There's definitely a lot of good shows. Again, why this category is always controversial, I have no idea. Graphic artist design artist of the year. Again, I'm voting for Lakeland because Lakeland has been doing a lot of dope artwork for years for a lot of us here in the Juggalo community, as well as just in general. He's done artwork for Project Born. He's done just artwork for just about anyone you could think of. Then we got the category for Underground EP of the year. Then the category for EP of the year. Oh, I already did that one. Then we got the category for Event of the year. Which event do you guys think was the event of the year? For me, it was possibly the Gathering. Between that and Gorefest. Then you have music video of the year. Then you got Underground album of the year. You got Underground music video of the year. I think for Underground music video of the year, some of my picks are Dead Camp's Bodies in a Basement. That deserves to win Underground music video of the year. Yep, there's the category for Underground music video of the year. Again, go on Replicon on either their Facebook or their Instagram and then choose who you want, because right now they are choosing for people to put on the polls. Also, there's links down in the description to their GoFundMe to get the awards made for this past year, because the awards that they made for the past year, the award that I won, those awards were not cheap to make. Then we got the category for Producer of the Year. I definitely casting my votes for that. I'm like voting for like Devereaux and Shaggy the Airhead, Slasher Dave. Those are some of my picks. Oh, Event of the Year's right there. Then you got Album of the Year, and then you got Underground Album of the Year. So those are some of the categories for this year so far. Again, just go on their Replicon's Instagram or their Facebook, and then just choose who you want just to make the polls. Again, links down to their GoFundMe. Also, links down to your boys' social medias, as well as the social media for our guest of the night, as well as the link trees for the Juggalo streaming network, as well as Juggalos versus Everybody. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to those link trees. Your boy is on there. Yep, imaginary 40s for everyone. Damn right. Imaginary 40s and digital blunts for you guys. Pass it along. Also going live tonight on Twitch. Make sure you guys go tune in, show them some love and props. Tonight, DJ Clay is hosting his podcast with his guests. Tonight will be the one and only Light and Big Hoodoo. So make sure you guys go on Twitch, show some love. Tell DJ Clay much love and respect from the Hours of Chaos podcast. Hell yeah. And you know, the way we show love on Twitch is where you raid someone's stream, and then that person come and raids your stream to show support and props. So that's always dope. So yeah, that's definitely some news for you guys. We do have some more news, but we are going to now send the link out to our guest of the night, the one and only Lady Truth. We will also be playing 4 songs by her tonight for you guys to hear live and direct. So let's go ahead and get the link sent out. And now we just wait. So how is everyone on this Thursday evening? Hopefully y'all are doing good. Also making its return tomorrow, y'all, either tomorrow or Saturday. Make sure you're tuning in live, because the first new episode of the new year of the Beastmaster Show will be live and direct either tomorrow or Saturday. So make sure you guys tune in to the first new episode of the year, episode of the Beastmaster Show, either tomorrow or Saturday. And who's the special guest going to be? You guys will just have to wait and see. Of course, Lady Truth, our guest of the night, was recommended by my bro, the one and only Zay. And wait till you guys hear her music. She's definitely got bars for days, y'all. Bars. Yep, definitely shouts to the Wrench Gang, aka the Hours of Chaos, the Cult of Chaos. Also, you guys are the spirits of the Dark Carnival. People don't know about the Hours of Chaos podcast now. They should know. I mean, this year, we're going to be celebrating doing the show for 5 years, y'all. So, in April, I've been doing the show going strong for 5 years. I've done it all by myself. I've never needed a co-host, and I've done it all by myself. All right, y'all. Our guest is ready, so let's get the proper introduction wrestling style. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome to the stream, Lady Truth. What up?
Hey, what's up? It's Lady Truth. Thanks for having me. And a shout out to 216A for putting me here. So I'm happy to be here.
That's my little bro.
Yeah, he's awesome. No, he's helped me out a lot, giving me a lot of advice.
So what we're going to do is where you just we let you have the floor for a bit. Like you just say who you are. You give a little brief introduction and then we will ask with the questions.
Okay. So I'm Lady Truth, aka Sarah Givens. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I started rapping 2018 is when I started writing my own songs. And just founded my own little niche for female rap that I'm trying to work my way into. So I'm working on my first project now. It's about 3 songs away from being done. I have to finish up recording. Definitely has been the most creative thing I've ever done, and it's been the most inspirational to keep me motivated in life. So I'm very happy to be back into music. So I've been a musician my whole life. Started off as a singer, dancer as a kid, and top choir in my school and high school, and got away from it because I'm a single mom. So for the past 8 years, I've kind of been drifting in between what do I really want to do and what can I do musically. So finally just getting back into it and trying to persevere and keep going because all I've gotten so far is encouragement.
Definitely. So definitely keep it up.
Yeah, and I'm happy to have my first interview out of the blue like this. So I'm happy.
Yeah, so how did you actually come up with the name Lady Truth? Was there any inspiration behind it or something that made you come up with it?
Me, myself, always feeling still kind of, girl-like or, have a naive mindset. So lady to counteract that and kind of give myself motivation to be more professional, be more business-like, be more woman-like. And then truth, just getting my truth out there, but also sharing my own perspective of what's going on in the world, what I've been through in a way that I never have had the chance to.
Nice.
And motivating others to do the same.
When did you say you wrote your first rap song?
2018.
Nice.
Yep.
And how did you and Zay get in contact?
I think I just found him on Facebook. A lot of the networking I've done has been done through Facebook and Instagram, and just getting to know the local scene because that's where I want to start. I want to establish a base here. A lot of people try to move to different states and things like that, but I think Cleveland really has a pretty solid underground scene with what kind of talent there is.
Definitely. And people don't know obviously they know there's a lot of history in Cleveland. Everyone knows the biggest thing to come out of Cleveland is, of course, Bone Thugs.
Yep. And then recently, MGK, with MGK switching away from rap, I felt like there was kind of still a niche there for another celebrity to come up. So or who knows, maybe multiple. There's good groups of people out here, so, and good
Oh yeah,
support.
Zay is definitely one of those. He's one of those dudes besides you that I see as the future in that next generation.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, I didn't hear that yet.
Yeah, Zay's like
No, he's constantly working. He's constantly working, and not just with music. I mean, he's constantly busy. So I'm impressed by him, inspired by him, and I'm glad he was one of the first connections I made, because without that, I would not have continued pursuing if I didn't have someone local in the scene to keep in contact with me. So it's
exactly.
very helpful.
When can we expect to see you do your real first performance?
My
Oops, lost connection, y'all. Yeah, she does have stuff on YouTube. We're going to be playing some of her songs tonight. She has 4 songs on YouTube that we're going to be playing. Technology, gotta love it.
Yeah, it's probably me because I live in an apartment, so my internet's always awful. But I was a little bit worried about that. That's okay. So my my first real performance, I'm hoping will be in the next month. My birthday is actually next Friday. I haven't found a show to get onto spontaneously like that, but I'm definitely motivated and inspired to try to find a performance for my birthday weekend, because I think that'll be really special to me, at least, and make it a little bit less nerve-wracking. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I don't have anything scheduled yet.
Well, and I think with the way how your music is, I think your stage present will just be on point.
Yeah, I've been practicing a lot. Still with my own stuff, practicing my songs over and over, trying to get that performance down. So in my free time here, so we will definitely see, and I have a good feeling about it for next weekend. So I don't know if anybody's listening in the Cleveland area wants to put me on a show. Let me know, because I'm definitely interested. So
I could probably even help you have something like that happen here in Denver, because the underground scene in Denver is pretty big too.
oh yeah, I love Colorado. I've been there a couple times, and definitely seems like a fun place to perform. So I would love that.
I have plans like to try to do an annual event that I'm going to do. It's like for a good cause. And if I ever get that off the ground, I would like you to perform. It would be called Karma Fest, and it will always be for like a charity and a good cause every time.
Oh, I'd love that. I would love that. I would love to do something like that.
So like
Definitely.
1 year might be to end homelessness. One would be like to help give clothes like to kids in need, or a toy drive 1 year.
Yeah, especially if everybody, is held accountable. A lot of those charities, you wonder, where does all that money go? But, if everything is up and up, and, we're helping real people, that'd be amazing.
And what was, excuse me, the first rap song you remember hearing that like latched you in?
Oh gosh, I think about this a lot, because really when I was 5, I loved Destiny's Child. I absolutely loved Destiny's Child. I thought that it was a strange memory to come back to me. I remember loving Outkast when they were popular with, Shake It was the song. Recently, I think it was really the MGK Eminem beef that really inspired me, and then also Cardi B becoming popular. I thought there has to be a lot better material that can come out of this rap thing going on here. So, at least female-wise. So that kind of inspired me. That's why 2018, I think, was the year, because that's when they had their beef.
Oh yeah, and there's like a lot of like real good female MCs out there. Like some of my top favorite ones are Gangsta Boo from 3 6 Mafia.
Okay, yeah. My favorite that I'm inspired by is Snow the Product. But
that's what I was gonna say.
Haven't heard.
That's one of mine.
Yeah. Snow the Product was definitely, I think 2018 was when I learned about her too. So I thought, oh, so there are some a little bit better females out here than I thought. So I felt like I could fit in with that. So.
And that's one thing I like about female MCs is when they're just rapping as being themselves. Like back in the day, you even had Snow the Product. Not Snow the Product, Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, Salt and Pepper. Yep. And I feel like a lot of the females are just trying to be divas, celebrities, like pop stars, not really trying to get into the authenticity of what they can do with their rap.
Oh yeah,
so
I
it's
tell
another.
People there are lyrical females out there. You just gotta look for
them. Yep, you do, and I think if they're in the right place at the right time, they get recognized. But a lot of people are not looking for them because they still want that female pop star diva to be the popular thing. So, it's definitely
like
a niche that needs to be carved a little bit farther.
And that's like Gangsta Boo. She looks gorgeous, but then when she raps about hardcore shit, you're like, oh, damn, I would not want to piss her off.
Oh, I'm sorry. My service is breaking up again.
Oh,
Hold on.
Good.
Can you repeat that?
Oh, I said
yeah,
that's
you sound
kind
better
of
now.
Why I love Gangsta Boo is, yeah, she looks like she can be gorgeous, but then she spits like raw shit where like, oh, I would not want to piss her off.
Yeah, no, you're breaking up every time you talk.
Here, let me try refreshing.
Okay.
There we go. Does that sound better?
Yeah.
Yeah, if that ever happens, just let me know, and then all I'll do is just like hit refresh really fast.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if it was me or you.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing about Gangsta Boo is she looks like a pretty face, but then she raps like very lyrical shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do too. So have that ladylike image, but be able to just say whatever's on your mind. So it's another inspiration behind the name. So.
Another female MC that's like really been blowing up, and she's got bars. A lot of people know is like Whitney Payton. She's got bars.
Oh, I haven't heard of her yet.
Yeah, she's really dope.
I've been working on my project for the past year, and I have to admit I've mostly just been listening to my own beats and my own, whatever people send me, but I haven't really been tuning in too much of what's going on in the world because I've been focusing on getting my own stuff done.
So what is like your creative writing process? Like what everyone has their own way. Some people like it's live. Some people like listen to the beat and they let the beat talk to them and stuff.
Sometimes it's a mix of both. It's usually lately I listen to beats and then let the beat inspire me either by the graphics or the the title of the beat. And then I just start to flow, and that's more just when I just want to write and don't really have anything inspiring me. But a lot of times it'll just be random thoughts and phrases that come to my head throughout the day, and I need to remember them and write them down really quick, and then I find a beat for them later that matches. So it's kind of a mix of both.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've also liked about like a lot of like rappers is when they're just writing out their life. Some of them just write out as their life is progressing, as it's better or worse, and they just put their feelings like in a song, and it's like therapy for them.
Yeah, I do that a lot, and I do say it is my therapy because, so far it's mostly for myself, but I need to get it out in the world more, so.
Hell yeah.
Have it be therapy for others, too.
And we're definitely going to now play one of your songs. We're actually going to play all 4 throughout the night.
Okay, awesome. I heard that. I'm excited.
So what I'm going to do is...
If you want, I could send you a couple. I didn't know you were going to play my music. I mean, I kind of figured, but I could send you a couple unreleased ones, too, if you are interested.
Yeah, you can definitely send that to me, and then I'll figure out a way to, like, play it on the show, because right now I'm on through my phone.
Yeah, I'm going to say I don't know if it'll disconnect me if I try to send it to you.
But yeah, we're actually going to play all 4, so what I'm going to do, like, when we play each song, I'll, like, mute you, and then I'll play the song, and then when we come back, I'll unmute your mic.
Okay, awesome.
All right, y'all, this first track we're going to play is called Lady Truth, Make Me Choke, and what's the name of the producer on here?
That was actually A.T. Lotto.
Hell yeah, so we're going to play that, and we'll be right back, y'all. So don't mind me jamming, y'all. All right, here we go. This is the track Make Me Choke, y'all.
I see.
My memories pick up like enemies and making them enter me, demon like entities. My memories pick up like enemies. I am not entity. I have no entity. They can get past me. They're going too fast to see. Epic. I swept them. I swept them right back at me. I'm just like Tilly. It's fuck me and smolder. So likely to lose my composure. I need the exposure. I'm like an explosion. Fight corruption. This is how I function. Like a mad pumpkin coming to smash pumpkins. Not trying to snatch your husband. Quit trying to pass judgment. I'm staying high. I'm so above it. Like Mount Everest. You come at me if you're really lucky. You'll reach my peak or get some sleep from all these dreams. Cause everything is not what it seems. Front of those monsters under your bed and I'm front of those dreams inside of your head. So tuck it tight, hurry quick, cause I'm about to wake you up with some real shit. Like ping pong and ding dong. I don't like your kids, mom, so you know I can't get shit wrong. So strong, I'm tucked out. How I got here, man, is not. I'm sitting here right where I want. With all these dreams I have flaunt, all these memories left unspoke. Just call me hard because this life is a joke. Ha ha. Demon like entities make me choke. They make me choke. Demon like entities, memories creep up like enemies. Whoa. Demon like entities make me choke on my words, on my time. Make me choke up every time. Toast to woke up every time. People act like it's a crime. Damn. All these memories. Where did time go? Miserably attempting to interpret all of these memories like circuit, like search, but I don't own a monkey yet. Striving to be an aerialist, striving to be on the A-list. Trying hard not to get miffed about all the things I don't know yet. All the memories not made yet. Hard to believe we just lay flat while the powers that be make a play set. Out of our minds, of our lives. Make us want to play knives or be wise or spend times. I'm making shit out of our short lives. Caught in a trap like Yogi Bears put up to all of this crap. Dude always got a bad rap, but maybe it's not his fault, man. Characters created, plays and twist game, monitored emotion and misconstrued, managed and mangled, even abused. Call me Bishop number 1, chestnut roast on an open flame. Show me a scapegoat, I'll know who's to blame. Show me your money, I'll show you my fame. Give me the goods and I'll kill for my name. Give me the goods and I'll give you a name. Number 1 copy and Mr. Fame. Number 2 coming up on the lane. Number 3 about to be the one to blame. Number 4 27 is not the same. Number 5 dimension I'm making my claim. Demon like entities make me choke, they make me choke. Demon like entities, memories creep up like enemies. Whoa, demon like entities make me choke on my words, on my time. Make me choke up every time. Toast to woke up every time. Maybe this should be a crime. Crime.
Hell yeah. That was good shit.
Yeah, that was like the 3rd song I wrote. So I was thinking about it. It took me like a month to write it. I wrote it probably in like 3 parts, like kind of like you were saying. Like as time goes on, I finished the song, so I was able to end on a more positive note than I started off on. So.
And that's one thing I noticed about like all your music is like you like are always like most artists these days. It's hard to find someone who's on beat all the time, and you're like on the beat on all the beats like perfectly.
And I think that just must be my musical training, but also, I mean, I did have to practice the confidence in order to be able to do that in front of other people. Like, when I was recording that, I was literally shaking because I was so nervous just to be rapping in front of somebody else. So it's been a long process since then, but it's good to listen back to that. And I've always thought about wanting to re-record that just to see how it would sound in my voice now that I have a lot more confidence. So.
Yeah, I can definitely see people like getting hyped to that song live.
Yeah, and that's kind of the vibe that I like in my songs is being able to just hear the hook drop or hear a certain part drop, and you get that hype vibe. That's what I really like with music.
Like I could just see you performing that song live, and if you're in Denver, I come out and I'm like doing the robot, like doing my old dancing moves from back in the day.
Yeah. I kind of want to bring back oh my gosh. What is it called? Wow, why am I blanking now?
If I tried,
I was gonna say beatboxing, not beatboxing. Breakdancing, that's what it's called.
I mean, I can break dance a little bit, but I can't like really do the moves anymore because if I tried doing them, I'd probably break my neck.
I have never been able to, but I would love to learn. I would love to do like acrobatics on stage, like make it more entertaining, make it different than what a lot of females are doing right now. So with the backup dancers, females have been doing that for 20 years, so, or at least. So we could see something a little bit different on stage.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
and if you can like remember, like since you've grown up like listening to music, like what's the first song that like made you attach to music, that made you fall in love with music, where you're like, holy shit, what is this? It could be something you heard on your own, it could be something maybe your parents was listening to.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I just remember having the Now CDs and the Destiny's Child CD with "I'm a Survivor" on it. "I'm a Survivor." That was the song that really got me. I was like 4 or 5, but that's the song that really got me. And then since then, I just always loved music. So, but I don't know if you mean more recently than that. So.
Hell yeah. And what is some of like other music that's like your inspiration that you've grown up listening to besides Destiny's Child, if you could pick others?
Oh yeah, no, that was kid stuff. Really into indie music. I was really into a lot of British indie music when I was in middle school. In high school, I switched over to System of a Down, was a big influence. Korn. I switched over to metal. So even like there's a band called Bad Acid Trip that I loved. I listened to Gwar a lot.
Hell yeah.
So kind of like similar musical elements to what I'm trying to convey right now, but also completely different. So, but yeah, just the lyricism, especially of System of a Down. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. That was probably the thing that inspired me lyrically the most.
Oh yeah, and you'd be surprised how many like rappers that I've heard that originally come from metal backgrounds. Like some that come to mind, Necro and his brother Ill Bill, they're straight hip hop. They both come from like metal backgrounds, which is dope.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love the crossover, especially like Limp Bizkit. I love listening to Limp Bizkit when I was in high school.
Oh
yeah,
like
that kind of like rock rap crossover. Linkin Park. I don't know. There's several others that I could name.
And if you can remember, like, what's the first album like you remember buying with your own money?
Oh gosh, there's probably some obscure. There was a British band called Kasabian that was kind of indie British electro. That was another thing. I was really into electro at one point. So probably going to do some more club type tracks in my future. So you see if I could get to some clubs. But yeah, probably that album. I think I was 14 and went into Borders when it was still around with my own money and grabbed that album off the rack. But that's the main thing I loved doing when I was a teenager, was just going into Borders and looking at the CDs and seeing what obscure things I could find that people wouldn't listen to. So
yeah, it's hard to find like really good like local music record stores because a lot of them are like hardly around anymore. Like in Denver and Colorado, we used to have like independent records. Now we have Twist and Shout, and then we had Angelo's CDs.
Yeah, I don't even think, besides the Exchange, we don't really have anywhere to buy music at least on the west side of Cleveland, besides the Exchange or like FYE. But even then, it's hard to find places that are just independent music stores that aren't. Most of them are like music lesson places, that are selling instruments or selling lessons and not selling local music. So
yeah, that's why I like a lot of those local record stores, because they at least sell local music there too, not just like big music.
Yeah, we had a few, but they've kind of gone away over the past 10 years. There was one in North Olmsted by where I grew up. It got taken over, and there were a few in Lakewood. I think there might still be a couple up there, but definitely few and far between here in this area.
Yeah,
that'd be something to look into, maybe start a business. But
yeah, there's definitely a store like that still here. It's called Twist and Shout, but it's not just a music store. They have vinyls, they have old school movies, they like have everything. Like they have like old nerdy stuff like from back in the day where you're like, damn, that's dope.
Yeah, I love that type of stuff. I love old obscure music, so that'd be awesome.
And I've actually went recently to like a famous like local store in Detroit last year. It was the famous Rock of Ages, which is a really good local record store in Detroit. I recommend it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've never been up to Michigan, and it seems silly that I haven't, but I should definitely make a trip and put that on my list. There's a few other places that I might want to stop up there. So,
Yeah, it's a good city and it's a good state. Like I've been there like twice. Like I was only there like for like a couple hours a few years ago, but then last year I finally was like there for like the first time for like 5 days, and it was we met my homie in Kentucky, and we drove from Kentucky through Ohio and then to Michigan.
wow, that's a big trip from
And that was
Colorado.
only like maybe a 6-7 hour drive, which ain't bad.
Oh, wow, that's not at all. Wow,
Nope.
I would think it'd be longer than that.
And who like in the industry, even if it's the most obscure person, is there like anyone you would want to work with like that's underground, maybe someone who's like up that's well known?
Oh God, probably just local people. I mean, I would love to work with Zay. Yeah, I mean, just the people on the list are mostly locals. And I don't know. I haven't really expanded my thoughts past there because I'm just focusing on what I can focus on right now. And underground wise, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. Probably whoever wants to work with me. Since you shared this, I've had quite a few people hit me up and say, "Hey, I wanted to share these beats with you. You want to hop on a hook and this and that." So I'm excited because this is before the interview even happened. I had quite a few people. So I'm just interested in who's interested in working with me mostly. I'm not too picky about who I work with.
Right. And that's always a good thing to do. And especially if you're not afraid to be experimental. That's one thing I like about artists, when they're not afraid to experiment and stuff.
Yeah, I was actually had that opportunity. There's another artist locally named Chris Epic, and he had me on his album on 3 different tracks. So I'm also featured there. That's not on my YouTube, but that would be on his YouTube, his upcoming album, Time Walker. I'm on 3 tracks, Made of Gray, and oh gosh, I forget the names of the other 2 right now. But that was definitely the most experimental. I just got on the mic and I just freestyled, whatever you want to call it, because it wasn't really rap. It was more like ambient background vocals, and coming up with the lyrics on the spot for the one track. So it's definitely the most fun I've had on the mic so far.
Yeah, definitely. And also we have links down all your socials. Like if people want to get a hold of you or listen to your music down below, we got you covered on that.
Awesome. Yeah, I've already had quite a few people add me and follow me on Instagram and things like that after your post. So I'm happy about that.
Definitely. And that's one
Very
thing why I
grateful.
love about this show is we have like always 3 different types of guests on here. We have up and coming people on the show. Then we have people that are somewhat well known. And then we'll like have legends and veterans on here. And I always like to promote people. I've always done that. That's why in the community I'm like known as the Karma Millionaire, because I always give back and I ask for nothing else in return.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. And I love promoting people also. So if anybody, thinks I should hear some of their tracks, they can feel free to send it my way. I love listening to different types of music. So it doesn't even matter if it's rap or whatever. I am definitely down to collab and network and just be creative and make music. So that's my motivation, is just making the music. I'm not making any money in this so far. And I'm not worried about when that starts happening, but hopefully soon.
Exactly. And since you said you are working on an album, you're always welcome back on the show anytime. So whenever you want to come on and promote something, just hit me up and you're always welcome to come on anytime.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I would love that. Yeah, it should be within the next month that I'll have everything all buttoned up and I can start performing, get my set list together based off my project. So was shaping up to be 14 tracks, might only be 11, and 2 of those are released already. The I and LT will be the first 2 tracks.
Hell yeah. And now we're going to play another track. Let's see. Oops. I meant to play it again. All right, next set track we're going to play is Pity Party. So we're going to have you guys hear that, and then we'll have you join us again. So don't go anywhere, y'all. We'll be right back. Now this song we're going to play is called Pity Party.
Pity to the party who has never gone public, and pity to the people who have never rose above it. Pity to the fashion and system must embrace it, and pity to the edge, cause now we have to face it. Face the truth, embrace the books, cause God knows we're fighting now to do. The girl on the loose, everybody must choose some modern directions for all of the dudes. And passing elections, I ain't too rude, cause I've had enough. All of these dudes like a fucking cartoon, they program the tune. Big brother, he looms, straight to your room, or worse at your tomb. Now facing your doom. Memories creep up like enemies bone. Creepers crawling in the closet, spiders swing down in the night. We were web to grab the goblins, open talent, frame the fright. Feeling freaky, feeling fresh. Memory always serves me best. While I control my mastermind, I know this treasure in my chest. Yes, I know this treasure in my chest. Now tell the rest. Woo! Zoom, 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 zoom. They said sit in place and cover your face. You have been assigned to be a disgrace. Here, take a taste. This person's so great. I wrote you a story. Just gotta press play. Repeat what I say. Repeat every day. Live and obey. Resist and pray. Feeling the hurt. Obey every word. And if you don't, you will get your desserts. You're already sick from the nature around you. You're vigilant to see that it drowns you. Already quick, cause it's all planned for you. You already sick, cause truth is profound too. So I tell it to you. Creepers crawling in the closet, spiders swing down in the night. We were meant to grab the goblins, open talent, frame the fright. Feeling freaky, feeling fresh. Memory always serves me best while I control my mastermind. I know this treasure in my chest. Yes, I know this treasure in my chest. So what's the rest? Zoom, 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 zoom. It's not a physical, mental health visible. Each thought we think makes value seem minimal. Our truth that is pivotal. Can freedom be criminal? Lack of a logic, a destiny decimal. Justice for doctors and nasty for industry. Dust up for dosing and breed for the better team. Eat what you want, no diet is cheating. With all food out there comes from their ceiling. And their pockets are bleeding. So they can't make blood too. Answer me this, would you care if they made you? Cause I know I do. Pretty is a poison that they have you drinking. And pity to the person who ain't ever gonna think it. Probably just another project. Cause people are akin to objects subjecting their own nature. So they will play your savior. Twist you back into attention. What's in your drink? Why do you mention what's in your think? You're overblending. Probably just another bending. Need a little time to let it sink in. Hold on a second, I'm still thinking. Just go for the goal that is taking a hold. Puzzle piece made, now fit in the mold. Or break it, creepers crawling in the closet, spiders swing down in the night. People went to grab the goblins, old ones howling, frame the fright.
Hell yes.
I loved writing that song. I absolutely loved it. It
What
felt
was the
like
inspiration for you writing that song?
coronavirus.
Yeah,
No, really. No. The start of quarantine lockdown, March 2020. So I had just been left by my ex, the father of my second child, and was definitely feeling very angry and upset at the world, and the thought of lockdown, and that definitely inspired me. So, and yeah, I just started with the hook really, and wrote around that.
I think that's
like
what lockdown
cryptic
did.
lullaby. Like,
I don't know
I'm
what
sorry.
happened, but it seems like lockdown caused a lot of people to really just get very creative. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's when I decided I was really gonna try, because Make Me Choke was kind of like, well, I'll see how it goes. I'll see what feedback I get, et cetera, et cetera. And then the next year it was, okay, forget this, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna do it, now or never. So, especially with the way the world looked at that time, if I'd known 2 years later we'd still be into it, I probably would have gone even harder. So, but yeah, definitely had a lot of thoughts for years about the state of the government, the state of what's going on, and kind of saw it coming, because I've kind of been more natural leaning for since I was a mom, so definitely kind of could see that coming and had a lot of those thoughts even before. So, and then just had the right timing to be able to put them all down into a song, so that can keep me motivated and keep me pushing past what I see happening with, mass control, basically.
Yep. Well, you definitely have a lot of support here on the Hours of Chaos podcast, and a lot of the people in the chat really seem to really be enjoying your stuff.
That's good, because I can't see what they're saying right now, so I'm happy to hear that. But yeah, I'm also happy that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I said another question we usually ask is what album or albums changed your life?
Oh, you just broke up there. You might want to do a refresh. I think you said what album changed my life?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's a good question. That is a good question. Changed my life. I mean, gosh, probably goes back to System of a Down and Korn. I forget which album it was. I think it was Korn's self-titled album was a big catalyst for me, with kind of being inspired to look past what society's showing you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there was definitely a lot of inspiration from metal about being able to look past what's right in front of me and try to see the bigger picture about what's going on in the world. And that's a big part of me is, I can be very detail oriented, but I'm generally trying to see the big picture about what's in front of me, whatever that may be.
Exactly. There's I love a lot of artists and groups that do that, where on the outside they might be sending out a negative message, but when you dig down deep, they're actually sending out a positive message. And I always try to tell people that I'm like, the music that us listen to might seem negative to you, but it's positive, where on the other side, there's probably music out there that looks positive on the outside, but deep down, it's probably all negative.
Yeah, like I keep thinking about that one. I don't know how familiar you are with TikTok. I don't do TikTok. I just keep seeing this one video popping up of there's some Russian rap song that people are doing a TikTok dance to, and it's like some vulgar lyrics or something. So it's like, kids and teenagers dancing to this song. They have no idea what it really means, but that's just kind of an example relevant to today, I guess, of that. So yeah, it's definitely been the biggest inspiration for me, is kind of digging into lyrics with music. That's always been my favorite thing to do. If I can't understand or hear all the lyrics, I go look them up. And then if the lyrics don't speak to me, I generally do not enjoy the song anymore, even if it's a catchy song or whatever. It has to be lyrically significant to me.
Exactly. That's why I always recommend,
even if you have to see past the the way it's being portrayed in the song.
Oh yeah, and that's why I always recommend the book to people. It's a good read. It's called "This Is Your Brain on Music: The Science of a Human Mind," and it shows and explains why people are attracted to certain music. Like sometimes the beat might attract you first, then it's the lyrics and stuff, and it's a really good read.
Oh, awesome! Oh, you should send me that in chat or something so I can remember that, because I need some good reads like that. I'm also very into learning about the science of sound and vibration. I haven't learned nearly as much as I know that I want to, but I know that also plays a part on how vibration can affect, the human psyche and things like that. And that's kind of an ancient art that's been lost. But a lot of musicians, especially popular ones, utilize that. It's kind of a little known secret that they are more spiritual or more scientific with their music and not just trying to be creative. So
And that's why I've always
finding a balance between that.
And I've always told people I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. There's like two different things. There's a difference.
Yep, I believe that there's truth in a little bit of all the religion. You're a little bit of truth in all the religions, but I think it goes beyond that. So I'm spiritual as well. That's awesome.
Exactly. Like I'm a firm believer in karma, whether it's spreading good karma, and then I believe in bad karma.
Yeah, there's certain attributes and I think that maybe here, I think a lot of spiritual people do have some kind of Native American influence over them too, with Mother Nature and things like that.
Yeah, and that could be part of the reason why, because I am like a quarter Native American.
Oh, that's awesome too. Oh, that's awesome. I'm more, I would say I'm more pagan witchy because I'm Scottish and Norwegian and Swedish, so a little bit more Viking, pagan, spiritual. But
yeah, that's where my spiritual more comes from, is like pagan too.
Yeah. But I've never really prescribed to any religion. I've never tried to be Wiccan or anything like that. But
exactly, I tell people I'm just me. I'm just spiritual. That's all I tell people.
Yeah, I've never had that proper influence, and I didn't feel like it was, my culture. It wasn't something I was raised with. So it's just personal journey, and a lot of people are like that now.
And that's why
especially in the music community. I was surprised to see in the rap community, especially here locally, how many people are just spiritual and not atheist or religious. And it was kind of another welcoming part of the music community I didn't expect, because I always felt kind of alone in my spirituality.
Exactly. Like I've told people, religious means you're hearing about someone else's hell that they've gone through. Spiritual means you've gone through your own personal hell, and you can share your story with people that might be going through the same thing.
And it's kind of like you have your own little personal rule book in your head based on what you've gone through. Not necessarily morals, but obviously morals, but you know what I mean, like about how you go through life and the advice that you've been given, what you've learned along the way. So I definitely can relate to that.
Hell yeah. And if you need a street team here, I definitely got you covered on that.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I need to learn more about all these different labels for things like street teams, and then there's different groups and stuff in this area that, well, are they a label? Are they are they just a brand? They're just branding themselves. Whatever you can teach me, let me know. So, however you can help me out too. Yeah, I'm all about learning, and I know that I'm not going to stop learning. That's part of the reason why I think I have this naive overcast, at least I feel so. But I'm just inspired to learn and be educated by as many people as I can in as positive ways as I can. So,
and I've always been told that we all play our part, like the artists and groups, they play their part, and then us like interviewers and people that help promote them play our part too, to help promote them.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. This is I'm a lot less nervous now in this interview than I was before it started. So, you definitely do your job well.
Yeah, I never used to think I was going to be good at interviews. And then when I did my first interview, and everyone's like, wow, you're good at doing your interviews. You make sure the artist or group is comfortable and stuff. I was like, yeah, well, it's basically just like chatting with a homie. And I like to make them feel like that. I don't ask the pressure questions for them. I just make it like a chill session.
Yeah, and it's good to be asked these questions because, I connect with artists and things like that, but you really get to know you. They more just listen to your music and then say, hey, they like it or they don't like it. I haven't got too many don't like it so far, which I'm really surprised by. But usually, they like it and then they want to collab, and then they don't really get to know you past that, just musically. So
exactly.
it's nice to talk about myself and talk about my history through music, because I have been thinking about that a lot over the past couple months.
Well, and I like to do that. I like to get to know the person, and that's one thing I've watched with other interviews. Like sometimes they won't even make the interview or their guest like the main focus. And I was like, that's the main thing you got to do, is you got to make sure your guest is that main focus.
Yeah, and I like that. Yeah, you definitely make me feel like I'm being focused on. And I was gonna say, I think it helps that I can't see the comments. I think that's also helping because it feels like I'm just talking to you. You know what I mean? So, but
well, that's what I try to make my show. I just try to make it like a chill session. Basically, I'm telling myself I'm trying to make myself like, my inspiration is like the No Jumper show, but I'm trying to like one up that. But I do like the No Jumper show because sometimes there might be some of those artists or groups that Adam 22 turns me on to, and then there's some of those acts where I'm like, but that's why I like about him.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that you do your research too, and you know about other shows and how they work. Shows a lot of professionalism on your part.
Oh yeah, and I'm trying to eventually have to where like eventually I can like do like my shows in person where someone will be like sitting next to me or like across the table from me.
Yeah, I was wondering, I got a little bit nervous this morning. You sent me that "see you tonight" text. I'm like, how are we gonna connect? I'm like, I hope he's not expecting, like, I was nervous for like 2 minutes. Then I was like, oh, okay, it'll be okay. But I would love to be in that position where you can travel for interviews and things like that. That would be awesome.
Hell yeah. And I think you said this earlier, but what did you say like inspires you like to write, and who's like your like inspiration and how do you keep going?
Oh gosh. Usually I get most inspired by my own emotions. When I'm upset with something, that's usually what inspires me. As far as if I see other people locally posting their material, it keeps me motivated to keep working on mine. I'd say most of my inspiration comes off of Facebook, things I see people share and post. Kind of, my inspirations are also kind of negative, like seeing things that I don't like in other people's music. Like, I think it was basically when WAP came out, however you say it, that I was like, I'm not going to listen to what's popular anymore. So, because that did not inspire me. That was a negative inspiration. It kind of inspired me to, how can I do something opposite of this, or, more bold than this, but in a less, provocative way. So, things like that. I get inspired by things I don't like more, I would say.
So basically you get like inspiration from a bunch of different stuff. That's always a good thing.
Yeah. It just depends on the day and the time and how my emotions are going, pretty much. If I feel motivated to look someone up, like Dax, for example. Dax was recently in Cleveland. Looked him up and, listened
Dax
to his
is
recent
dope.
stuff. That's probably an artist I would love to work with eventually, but I also kind of see through the facade. So it's also, seeing it from both angles now, instead of just as a consumer, a listener, seeing it from an angle of an artist. Like, what is he doing behind the scenes to have this image, to, come up with this lyricism? Kind of thought his Grinch video was a little bit overplayed compared to his, past couple years he's done Christmas videos. So it's just like seeing through how people are putting themselves out there on social media, basically.
And I think that's one thing a lot of the music industry has been lacking, is like where people have their own unique sound and flow. And I think music is starting to go back to that. Like I tell people, back in the day, everyone had their own unique sound and thing. Like you could put on an Outkast record and then play something from the West Coast, and you could tell it was completely different because everyone had their own sound and style.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's true. And like just learning about the different types of rap, and now seems like a lot of people are just trying to be the same type of rap, like more like trap rap. A lot of the up and coming rappers, like locally, not the underground scene that I follow, not the I feel like I call it the dark underground, the Cleveland dark underground, because it's more the horror style. Like there's 2 and 6A, there's Cody Manson out here. There's a few others that I could put on that list. But yeah, definitely seems like a lot of people who are up and coming, like SoundCloud rappers, doing more of the trap rap, just trying to be like that one style. and it doesn't make them stand out. And then also I feel like females are starting to do that a little bit with a few of the females that are out there trying to sound like Cardi B or trying to sound like whoever they're inspired by.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like how Snoop Dogg said on that one interview. He's like, everyone sounds the same.
Yeah. And then, like Snoop Dogg, he still got his celebrity for him, but, he doesn't need to do much. He just makes posts every once in a while, like things like that. So
exactly. It's
a big difference between how things were when, like 20 years ago when they were celebrities and how things are now, where celebrities can phase in and out every couple of years.
And that's one
because they don't have their unique.
Like Eminem will do that. Like he might just disappear for a bit and then he comes back sometimes with a crazy hard album where you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, and he'll pop up out of nowhere. And yeah, I mean, I'd say definitely Eminem was a big inspiration. I just didn't want to say that, because everybody says Eminem, but I'm definitely, especially him being a single dad and, writing about that. And, I'm a single mom and, we're both from the Midwest. I just thought, maybe I'll be the female Eminem someday, but I don't know. We'll see. I didn't want to be that,
Well, I definitely
into Eminem because so many people are.
Yeah, I definitely see a lot of good stuff coming out potential from you, and I could see the drive in you. So just definitely keep that up.
Yeah, that's my main thing that's keeping me going, day to day is, well, when can I do music again, or when can I listen to music again, and things like that. So yeah, it's in me and it's not leaving. It's not leaving until it's fulfilled its potential. So I'm in it to win it, or whatever you want to say.
Exactly. That's always a good way to do it, is to just keep pushing forward. Like I tell people, sometimes you gotta keep pushing forward, and sometimes you gotta forcefully kick that door down sometimes.
Yeah, and I feel like I've definitely been sitting on my own time here. And once things start happening to the point where other people are making things happen for me, then I won't be able to control it anymore. And it will just, it'll have a life of its own. And that's going to be this year. Like this. Zay setting me up with this interview is a good example of that. I didn't have to do much other than reach out to you, and everything just lined up. So. And
he's a good person to get advice from too, because he knows how the business aspect of stuff works too.
Oh yeah. No, he knows a lot more than he's shared with me so far, and that's okay because I'm taking it one step at a time, and I appreciate everything he's done for me. He took me to my first rap show, I met him at a rap show, the first rap show I went to, back in it was 2020, and then after that I was signed with a label that was not really a label, and it was kind of fake contracts and stuff like that, so that didn't work out. That wasted a bunch of my time, and then family stuff, and so just trying to get on the right foot here, and so far this year's starting out well for that, so I'm excited.
Well,
I can't wait to share more, because if you like what you hear so far, what I have is a lot better. What I have unreleased is a lot better, and it's all produced by Lottie, LOTI, stands for Luck of the Irish, and he's been another super inspiration for me with his professionalism, his creativity.
That dude, I could tell, has got a good idea for beats. I was like, damn, I need to try to get this dude on for an interview.
Well, and then what I do to pick out my beats is I'll just go on YouTube. I just go on YouTube, and then what I did is I sent him the beats I got off YouTube as reference tracks, and within an hour he could have a beat back to me that's custom beat, but has the same, everything, that it needs, with that unique sound. And he just really was able to capture the vibe that I was trying to go for off the beats, which was a big thing to me. So he's definitely been way more impressive with the beat making than I ever expected.
Oh yeah. Well, if he would ever want to be interviewed, tell him to hit me up.
Oh yeah, I mean he needs to get out in the world more. No, he should. I will definitely let him know that. I still need to get in and finish my tracks. He's actually got COVID right now, so we will wait a little bit longer for me to finish my recording. Just seems like one thing after another, but that's life.
And then if I can definitely get that that event that I want to try to happen, I will definitely let you know.
Oh yeah, and do you got a month in mind for that? Would that be
I
this
don't.
year?
I'm trying to figure
Would
it
that
out.
be a year out? Oh, definitely let me know.
Yeah, it's going to try to be an annual thing. Like I have plans like to try to, besides doing this podcast thing, I have plans to try to like host like events and whatnot.
Okay.
Where I like introduce like the artist or group, because it's one thing I'm good at is I'm like good at hyping up the crowd.
Oh yeah, being a host of an event. Yeah. That'd be awesome. And yeah, actually I had another local artist. There's another artist, C-Cal, C-C-A-L. He's supposed to do a show out in Arizona and Colorado that he was going to invite me to. It was supposed to be January, but I think it's going to be March. So that's on my list for this year. So maybe we can collab then, meet up then, get me on a show out your way then too.
Definitely. And I'll even try to I'll send like you to like my homeboy Lakeland's way, because he like does dope logos. So if you if you ever want him like to do something dope for you that would look good on a shirt or something, just like hit him up. This is what he's called on like Instagram. Like he's done artwork for everyone. He's done artwork for Project Born. He did artwork for Isham. He even did an art piece for Snow the Product.
Oh, nice. Yeah, actually, I have a logo painting. My graphic for LT has my logo painting in my background. I just have not gotten a digital logo made for it yet. I just need to get the right kind of camera for taking a good picture of it. But I would love more digital logos. So that's definitely something that could help me out.
Yeah, so Lakeland could definitely do some really good art pieces for you.
Awesome. I love working with artists too. That's another thing that's
he would
inspired
draw
me.
something for you, and then he'll be like, "Here you go. You can put this on a shirt, anything, whatever you want."
Awesome. Yeah, and I was working with getting set up with a merch site. I don't have any merch yet, so that's another thing that if I got working with the right artist to design stuff, that would be amazing.
Hell yeah. Now we have 2 more songs to play. Now we're going to play the next track, I. So don't go anywhere, y'all. This is the track I by Lady Truth. What's wrong? There we go. Oh, that's the right one. Never mind.
I am not a stupid human. I walk in and take the room, and I have everyone's attention. Yeah, you could add me, but I don't need your mention. Point you in a new direction, maybe stick with one direction. Oops, I'm losing my connection. Gotta get back to my flexing tension in your pension. Playing games like human Tetris. You look nice when you were undressed, playing dress up like a mistress. Found a girl and wow, you kissed it. Treating people just for progress. Yeah, I blew up and you missed it. Trying to tell you I could do this now. I'm acting like a goddess while still just looking modest. Modern women have a problem with the way I still am awesome, like a flower now a blossom. Watch the thorns I have and lost them. I could play dead like a possum, but I'd rather keep you watching as I ascend a new level, dodging every other devil, playing games with ones I tame, just so I have some to blame. I am not your perfect person. I am just a brand new version. I am not your perfect angel. I am just a brand new angel.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. 3 hell yeahs in a row. Let's see if I can go for 4. No, but yeah, no, that's I. That'll be my intro track on my project coming up, and that was inspired by that group I mentioned I was with.
And could we expect, if you get the money, like eventually maybe physical copies somewhere down the line?
Oh yeah. That's what I'm shooting for. So that's one reason why it's taken me is, saving up for that. I'm trying to find the right outlet for that. I'm sure Zay can give me the connections I need for that. So he's already mentioned that to me. So that's next on my list, is getting merch set up and getting physical copies set up, because it's definitely something that I want physical copies of, at least for myself and locally, for my family, things like that. So
Exactly. And I told people it's always good making money, but when you can get by doing something you love, it feels so much better.
Yeah, I will feel very successful regardless of how much I make. So I already feel like I've exceeded my expectations for how this was gonna go. So with Make Me Choke, it was kind of like my tester track, and that exceeded my expectations based on the feedback I got. So I'm already satisfied.
I always feel honored when I'm like someone's like first interview, because then when they go back and do other interviews years from now, they'll like just give me a shout. They'll be like, "Oh, I want to shout Don Chaos. He was my first ever official interview."
Yeah, I will be doing that. And especially I'll reshare this and shout you out, and I'm very appreciative.
And I like how earlier we were talking about like artists that aren't afraid to like experiment. Like one of my favorite artists that does that a lot is like Outkast. Yeah, they'll have their southern sound, but then every album they've released sounds very different than the last.
Yeah, and I'd say their album that had Shake It on it was a 2-part album. It was like I forget the name of it, but there was the red CD and the pink CD. I still have the pink CD.
I think it was called The Love Below or something.
Yeah. That was it. And like I had never seen an artist do something like that, and that's kind of what I want to do. I don't know if I'll do it with this project. I'd have to figure out how I would break up the tracks. I mean, that's kind of one thought I had, but definitely want to do one called The Lady and the Truth. I don't know if it'll be this one. It might be my next project. So
yeah, I could see you doing that. Like have one CD where it's straight rap singing, and then one where it's just straight rapping, like going in.
Yeah, like one with more bangers, and then one with more flowy, creative, experimental, kind of like I did on I. So
yeah, one of my all-time favorite like Outkast albums, like some people say it's their album Aqualio, but my all-time favorite Outkast album, because it has a very spacey beat and instrumental and theme to it, I love AT Aliens.
Oh yeah. There's a couple tracks off there that I've heard, but I haven't heard the whole album. I'll have to go listen. I have a big list of things that I need to listen to for inspiration.
And that's
but
one thing
I've had enough inspiration from my own life that I haven't had time to listen. So.
Yeah, like I can see like a little bit of the inspiration with like Outkast with some of your music, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I think a lot of my inspiration, it just comes through based on what I know musically or what I've been listening to musically my whole life. Not anything specific, unless there's, specific song comes out that I want to parody or that I want to, work off of. But it's mostly just what's been accumulating up here for 20 years or so. So
yeah, I've been telling people for years, even though it probably won't ever happen, but I'm like, we need a new Outkast album, damn it.
Yeah. Weren't they teasing one? I thought, I don't know.
Think so.
I thought I saw a post for them a few weeks ago.
Aquemini, thank you for correcting me on that, Shanzi. I think I said Aquilio. I meant Aquemini. Yeah, one of my favorite.
I'm an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius, so that kind of sits with me. So.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs by them is like that song "Two Dope Boys," because it's like rapping and then they're like doing this harmonious soul singing. They're like, it's just two dope boys in a Cadillac, ooh, and it's very catchy.
Yeah, I love that. I love that song.
But yeah. AT Aliens.
I didn't realize how much.
AT Aliens is my favorite album by them, and if I had to pick, that's like one of my top hip hop albums of all time.
Okay.
That and then The Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest.
Okay. Yeah, see, with albums in general, I mean, when you asked me that, I felt like with albums, there's always a few songs that stick out to me more than others. So that's why I have a hard time usually enjoying a whole album, no matter what genre or what artist it is. So, yeah. I could say Avril Lavigne too. Avril Lavigne was the first concert I ever went to, and I was always inspired by her like punk princess kind of vibe. And she's still making music, but definitely matured. But
Yeah,
she's
that's
definitely an
one thing I've
inspiration for me.
noticed is some artists like get better with age. It's crazy.
Yep, and she had Lyme disease, and I had Lyme disease too. So that's another reason why I feel like I ring true with her. So in 2018 is when I had Lyme disease, and that's when I started writing more too, because I was very sick. But yeah, so there's another influence there for me that also kind of sits with me.
Oh yeah. And where do you like see your music like a few years from now? Like maybe, let's go with maybe 5. And then what is some like advice that you can give to like up and coming people?
Hopefully I'm on tour. Hopefully I'm doing really well. That's what I would love. If I'm not in 5 years from now, if I'm not making money, I don't know how. I'll still be making music, but I don't know how much I'll put myself into it. So definitely, I would love to be on tour. I would love to have multiple albums out by then. I've got this one project that's been in the works. I'd like to put another project out this year, and I'd like to do at least one project a year for the next 3 years. And then just collabs, so I don't know. And then you said 10 years from now? Or
yeah, if you had to pick 10 years from now or even just 5 years from now.
Okay, yeah, I'd say 5 years from now, I would love to be on tour, and I would love to be just performing and recording whenever I want to. Have a portable studio, something like that. Have my own RV, be able to travel around, meet up with different artists. That would be a dream. That would be an absolute dream, especially if I have the support to do that with my kids.
Yeah, I've been like to Ohio 3 times. Like once I was just driving through there, and then I've like been there like for more than one day, like twice.
Okay. Yeah, Ohio, there's certain parts there's not a lot to see, and certain parts there are definitely very interesting people and places to go to. So
yeah, I have a lot of connections out there in Ohio, and my grandparents, like on my dad's side, are both originally from Ohio.
Oh, okay. What part?
They are from Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. Okay, that's southern Ohio, isn't that?
I think so. I just know it's like a couple like minutes or hours from like outside of like Columbus. That's where it's near.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Okay.
I heard it's not so much of a nice town anymore. I heard like it's a very bad meth town now.
Yeah, I hear that a lot about the Midwest, and I haven't really encountered that too much, thankfully.
Well, that's good.
I think that's more rural areas that are like that out here. So, but yeah, no, it's definitely fun living in Ohio. There's definitely a lot of interesting people. There's definitely a lot of musically inclined people of all genres. I think I was fortunate to grow up where I did. So, because we had a good music program in the schools and things like that.
Yeah, and there's
some places don't have.
And there's just a lot of big known like artists like in music in general that are just straight out of the Midwest. Like for example, Michael Jackson is from Indiana, and then you have Prince who's from Minnesota.
And gosh, a couple more recent artists that are from Ohio, but they don't rep it. So that's one thing is I would always rep Ohio and I'll always rep Cleveland because
that's one thing I like.
This is where I've grown up and been inspired. So
and that's one thing I like about artists or groups when they never forget their roots where they came from, that they'll always rep their hometown or city no matter what.
And I think it's unfortunate that a lot of people move to California or move to other places to try to make their name in music. I would love to have every big city be kind of like a little Las Vegas for their local musicians, you know what I mean? Where people come there to see local acts and things like that. Especially Cleveland here, we have casinos now. So it's like I could almost see 20 years from now, maybe there could be just, some local acts and things that people will come to see.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll definitely put something together.
Yep. I have a lot of ideas, so I have to just take it one step at a time because, like I said, I'm a big picture person.
And then we're going to now play this last track, and then we will be back, y'all, with final words from Lady Truth. This next track, y'all, again, there's links to her YouTube down in the channel. This track actually has a video, and you want to do the honor of introducing the track to everyone?
This is my title track, LT. That'll be my second track on my new project, and again, it's produced by Lottie.
Hell yeah, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Last song we're going to play.
Looking for the Irish.
I don't give a fuck if you have anything to say, man. I am not your bitch and you are just my fucking game plan. I don't give a fuck if you have any of your own friends. I will get my own and then reactivate the brains. Just reactivate my own mama. Am I able to get high? Cop up on your bitch rich while I am saying bye to my own levels. I am my own controller. I'm sorry you sold your souls out, but I'm just here to hold it down. I'm just here to hold it down. I'm just here to hold it down. Oh yes, I'm in it now. No, I'm not coming back now. Even though I'm stuck now, I'm gonna make it somehow. Little girl, big dreams, but it's not what it seems. Misery trapped in this mystery, trapped in the skin and the desert. Look at me, I'm so clean. Most people see right through me like a ghost. So the trapped of your eyes like a dick because they see my soul. Well, they do not understand, so they just try to take control. Living one's whole life this way, this shit really starts to get old. So I'm done with pretending like I'm better off alone. I'm not getting stuck inside my phone, inside the zone that I created. So when after all, it took a lot of time to create this whole new piece. And God forbid if you try to take this honest release. I don't give a fuck if you have anything to say, man. I am not your bitch and you are just my fucking game plan. I don't give a fuck if you have any of your own fans. I will get my own and then reactivate the brains. Just reactivate my own mama. Am I able to get high? Cop up your bitch rich while I am saying bye to my own levels. I am my own controller. I'm sorry you sold your souls out, but I'm just here to hold it down. I'm just here to hold it down. I'm just here to hold it down. Oh yes, I'm on it check now. No, I'm not pushing back now. Even though I'm back now, I'm gonna make it somehow. Little one, big world. What you say how this unfurls? Why is it wasting all my whimsy and all you wasted motherfuckers? I'm so pissed up, purely pass you like a ghost. Little sex on a mission, so these curly kids are close. Should be fucking in descriptions if you start digging all these souls. Sarah Snake is in the underground, just sees a lot of moles. Weasel this way, pussy cat, will swipe it, used to fucking go. Run away just like a rat, cause you're a fucking animal. Use abusing when you lose your mind and then you lose control. Sarah Snake will come and stab you, cause we don't need any sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, just a yeah that time. Oh man, I was hoping for a hell yeah. No,
Even better. How about a fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah, yeah. No, and I announced that track wrong. I thought you were gonna play LT. LT, I have that on. That's on Spotify, SoundCloud. You can find that everywhere else. I don't have a YouTube video for that yet. That's actually in the works, a lyric video for that one. So, but that was I don't give a fuck. So I just sat here and I didn't give a fuck that I announced that wrong. But that was kind of like the epitome of the end of 2021. I just had to take things one day at a time, one moment at a time, because things were so stressful. And I'd already had that track in the works, so it was just the perfect time to come out with that music video for me. So, and that was my first video, and I hope to do more here shortly.
Hell yeah. Those are the words that I live by. Like, that's something I've always wanted to get tattooed across me.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's not something I've usually lived by, but it just became inspiration for me these
Well, and
past few
especially
months.
if you're in that type of mood, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, and like I can go back and listen to that now anytime. I pull up my own YouTube video a lot, and just I don't give a fuck because I can't afford to give a fuck right now. So
Yep, and if
that's
anything's
usually how it
taught us
goes.
these last few years, life is just short. You just got to live life. You just got to do it smart.
Yep, you've got to be as prepared as you can, and if you're not, oh well, just got
And
to
it's
go
weird
with
how
what you
people
know.
took that, like, these past few years to finally realize that. I'm like, I've always lived by those words because where I've grown up, I've always lived by those words that life is short, so enjoy it while you can.
Yep, my generation would say YOLO. You only live once.
Pretty much.
Yep. So yeah, I've just been embracing that a lot more than I ever have the past couple years. Yeah, and a lot of people have been too.
Exactly. Or also, I tell people what I also say is where I used to regret stuff, now I don't anymore because now I'm that kind of person that as I've gotten older, I'm like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes that stuff happens to you and it will help make you a better person. So I always tell people, fuck regret.
Yep. And I try not to, focus on the past too much. That's same where I've gotten mentally with not trying to focus on past mistakes or whatever, just keep looking forward because that's all you can really do to change your life. So
Yep, you just got to move forward, like surround yourself with good people in your circle. That's what I've always done.
and then just enjoy the moments that you have because you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah. And do you have any like final words, like, and then of course shout outs, and then of course can your boy and Carnival Spirits get a shout out?
Oh yeah, shout out to 216A for putting me here. This interview was amazing. Thank you, Don Chaos, for having me on Carnival Spirits, and thank you for listening and getting to know me. And I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I cannot wait to come back with even more material.
Exactly. And again, you're always welcome back on the show anytime. You can hit me up anytime, no matter what.
Yeah, I saw you. Heard you advertising for that 200th episode. Maybe I'll have my project done by then, and I can be your special guest. But who knows? Maybe you'll have someone even better.
Or who knows? Maybe we can even get you to do your first live performance on the show. Try to figure that out.
Hell yeah! I would love to do something like that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, and we will see you next time.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Later.
Peace.
Hell yeah. That was Lady Truth, y'all. Again, links down to her socials down. There's links down to her YouTube, as well as there's links to her other socials to where you can hear her music. There's links to her Instagram. And yeah. Now what we're going to do is we are going to touch on some more topics. Very good interview. Again, she's always welcome on the show anytime. Again, links down in the description to all of her socials. I got a lot of compliments. Like I got a compliment from Scotty earlier. He's like, Chaos, where do you find these talented people? I'm like, connections, bro. Connections. And sometimes I just so happen to stumble across people. So now we're going to go and shimmy into some more news. Again, make sure you guys tune in either tomorrow or Saturday for the first brand new episode of the Beastmaster Show. The first new episode of the Beastmaster Show of the new year. Again, that's either going down tomorrow or Saturday. Also here on Carnival Spirits, as well as you can be expecting, I don't know when, it's just whenever he decides to do it, but sometime you can expect a new episode of Let's Get a Game Going with Scotty. And yeah, Carnival Spirits, we've been going strong for 10 years, y'all. A decade of dominance. Thank you, Zay. Well, I was told that it's either going to, well, yeah, it is going to be probably Saturday, Twisted Shade, but Beastmaster told me, and I forget what he told me, that it's either happening tomorrow or Saturday. So that's all you guys know, is that the Beastmaster show is going to be either live tomorrow or Saturday. That's what he told me. And who his guests are going to be, you guys will just have to wait and see. So let's go ahead and get into some more news. Again, make sure you guys are using the official Dawn Chaos, Hours of Chaos, Cult of Chaos emojis, which are those emojis, as well as the official Dawn Chaos and Hours of Chaos hashtags. Also, again, if you are watching exclusively on Carnival Spirits on the YouTube, super chats are welcome, and those super chats will go to future giveaways, because that's one thing we have plans to do, is more giveaways on here where we give stuff to you guys, and they're not just any giveaways, y'all. They are karma giveaways, because it's giving back to you guys. Well, you don't have to use all the hashtags, Twisted Shady. If you want to use certain hashtags, that's fine too. But yeah, let's get in. Speaking of that, what's up, Twisted Shady? How you doing, man? There's no way we've only been going live for an hour. There's no way. That's dope. All right, y'all, let's get into some more news for y'all. Also, just released a few days ago is the newest Shaggy and the Creep vlog. So that's all you guys get, is the thumbnail for the newest Shaggy and the Creep vlog. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's hilarious. It's freaking hilarious. It's so funny. Just by that thumbnail, you can be like, oh shit, what did Shaggy and Creep Keegan get themselves into this time? And you guys will be expecting that. Also, shouts to Shaggy and the Creep show from the Hours of Chaos podcast, as well as shout outs to their podcast, the Palcast. Also, make sure you guys tune in right now on YouTube. If you know MC Snacks and MC Lars, shout outs to them. They do a series called Hatchet Chat where they review a psychopathic release. This week, they released their episode 31, where they reviewed the Yum Yum Bedlam, the latest ICP album, and the 5th Joker's card of Deck 2. Definitely go check it out. It's a very great episode. Again, shouts to MC Snacks and MC Lars. You know, Hatchet Chat. Very good series, y'all. I recommend you guys check it out. And who knows, Dawn Chaos might even be on a future episode of Hatchet Chat. Also, shout out to Deck One Dealt. Make sure you guys go check them out. Shout outs to Deck One Dealt podcast here on the Hours of Chaos podcast. Also, tomorrow, live, the Duke is going to be cruising in the barrio, cruising his way through the barrio. What does that mean? Because tomorrow, live on Cruising in the Barrio at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on cruisingthebarrio.com, we'll be interviewing the one and only Duke of the Wicked, Violent J himself. So make sure you guys tune into that tomorrow live. Again, it's at cruisinthebarrio.com. Definitely can't wait to check out that interview. Also tonight going on DJ Clay's stream on Twitch, his podcast. He's interviewing the dudes, the boys, the one and only Monstar himself, Light, as well as Big Hoodoo. And then Ouija made this post asking people a question. Shout outs to the Beneath the Dirt podcast for sharing this post. He made a post because Ouija Mac made a post saying Ouija Mac and Whitney Payton thoughts, which means Ouija Mac took to social media and asked people, how would people feel about Ouija Mac and Whitney Payton doing a track together? What do I say about that? Make it happen. Make it happen. Yes, please. Shouts to Ouija Mac and Whitney Payton, two other people who I have plans to hopefully get here on the Hours of Chaos podcast sometime. Shoutouts to those two. You know, chapter 17. We are all the pages. Also, Megadeth, you know, one of my favorite bands of all time, Megadeth, announced a tour that's coming soon this year. And not only is it Megadeth going on tour, but it's Megadeth and Lamb of God going on tour. And I see the Colorado date. It's in April. It's down in Colorado Springs. I have plans to try to go to this show because Megadeth and Lamb of God on tour together. Yes, please. Also, tomorrow, you guys can expect. Check out the Behind the Grind with the special guests will be the one and only Donnie Menace and Trip B. If you guys haven't, make sure you subscribe to Behind the Grind here on YouTube. Again, tomorrow they will be joined by Trip B and the one and only LSP homie Donnie Menace. And I think we have one more news thing to drop tonight. Also, if you guys want to, Wicked Wood is now booking right now for dates for this year. So if you guys want to book Wicked Wood to perform in your area, here is their Gmail. Hit them up. Shout outs to Wicked Wood. They are currently working on their next project. And you guys know how it'd be. Whenever we have an artist or group working on a new project, they are always welcome to come on the show to promote it because that's what this show is. This show is to promote and drop news for anything going on in the underground, the indie scene, and all that. The Juggalo world, all that good happy news. And all I gotta say is, if you guys have not checked the newest live action Star Wars series, The Book of Boba Fett, watch it. It's so good, y'all. All I gotta say is, though, before you watch The Book of Boba Fett, watch The Mandalorian first. Very good. I never thought that there would be good live action Star Wars shows, but The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, check them out. Well, pretty much there is no difference between a karma giveaway and a regular giveaway, Shanzi. Basically, I always just mean to call them karma giveaways. I just forget to always call them karma giveaways. So sometimes I say giveaways and then I recorrect myself and call them karma giveaways. The reason why they're called karma giveaways because it's giving back good karma to you guys. And it's me putting in a lot of my good karma to those giveaways for you guys. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get off for the evening. Again, get ready, y'all, in the chat, because you guys know how it goes. You guys already know who I am. I am Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S. Your friendly neighborhood JUGGALO, the Karma Millionaire. If you don't know, now you know. And if you still don't know, chat. Someone in the chat needs to say it. But I will definitely see you guys next time. Possibly either Saturday. I might even see you tomorrow. I might even see you Sunday. But I will definitely see you guys whenever there's a new upload up. Or, obviously, on the next episode of the Hours of Chaos podcast. And wait till you see who we possibly have for next week. I'm Don Chaos. You guys are awesome. And, yeah. More big interviews to come, y'all. Definitely have a lot in mind. Very good ones in mind, y'all. Gonna continue to evolve, y'all. And just be ourselves. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Don Chaos, the Karma Millionaire, signing out. And again, tune in either tomorrow live or Saturday live for the newest episode of the Beastmaster Show, the first new episode of the Beastmaster Show in the new year. And wait till you guys see who he has as special guests. Peace, y'all.